What's going on, guys? We're back with the 21 Theater of Pain. This was another pug group that we threw together. The main reason I chose this key was because there are several spots that I'm going to point out why pugging is often more difficult than like an organized push group in voice that's able to communicate what they're doing when they need externals and stuff like that. Right out the gate here is a great example of it. You can see that we all got ready to do the skip, which is pretty standard at this point. Almost everyone skips this first pack and then pulls the Bloodhorn into the boss. This tank didn't want to do that, which is fine. We were able to make it work. But a downside could have been non-invis classes might have already popped their invis pot, and so they basically just wasted their DPS pot on the boss for no reason. So we made it work. It's not a huge deal. Just keep things like that in mind, which is why, in my opinion, when you're pugging especially, it's really kind of important to hang back a little bit and see what the tank is doing before you try to start doing anything, because you might end up screwing yourself a little bit. Other than that, please enjoy the key. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Searing death. Mortal strike. Spectral transference. Searing death. Spectral transference. Mortal strike. Spectral transference. Searing death.
No! I will not
One
be
death.
unmade!
Searing death. Genetic mutation.
Should prove enlightening.
Spectral transference. Searing death.
So here we're going to start a series of polls that I have quite a few tips on that I think a mage can really help with, and why a lot of mages get invited to this key. One of the most important things, in my opinion, for you as a survivability wise thing is you can see on my plater there was that little bone shield icon. Always spell steal that. Always. It's a massive shield. It will save your life many times over. So you really want to make sure you're spell stealing that. People instinctively blood elf it off. So when you start, before you ever start your key, make sure you say to your group, I will spell steal the bone shields, because it is a lot of survivability for you. You can see it on the left there in that pack. This is another interesting thing, and I'll explain why we did this a little bit more later in the video. So we elected to skip the guys in the middle. They're kind of a pain in the butt pack. They take a little bit of time, and we don't need the percent. We actually got our percent from the captains, but we actually would have skipped the captain pack later and done this pack had we not done the captain pack. And I'll explain why you want to do that, why you might want to do that later. I elected to hold combust here because the next platform is brutal. I think everyone has seen their priests, especially warlocks, stuff like that, those kind of less mobile classes, get knocked into oblivion every time we do that pack, and it just hurts. So I'm giving up some DPS here, but I'm trying to save it for the more important pack, which is more likely to wipe us. Okay, so here we go. First thing you see me do, boom, spell steal that bone shield. Now I have a lot of survivability. I'm going to single target combust the big guy down. Kick's really important on this platform as well, but we have a paladin, which makes me happy. If you're the only decurse in your group, you're kind of in charge of making sure you keep that decurse off. It will fear, it'll stun, it sucks. I got a little bit greedy here and just decided to combust, but you really do want to be on top of that. A mouse over macro works really well for that.
Are mine to claim. Let your fears consume you. Wither in my grasp. I will rip your soul from your body. There is no let your fears consume you. Relinquish your soul. There is no escape for you. Let your relinquish your soul. Relinquish your soul. Let your fears consume you. There is no escape from you. Relinquish your soul. Let your wither in my grasp. Relinquish your soul.
Let your weapon speak for you!
My blade will bathe in your blood!
So to follow up on what I was saying earlier with why we elected to skip those two swirly guys earlier, this pack is brutal. You'll see it almost wipes us. Our DK made a little bit of what I consider a mistake, where they can mind control the captain and it makes this pack so much less lethal. But they didn't do it for whatever reason. I don't know why they didn't do it, but they didn't. So we kind of get dunked on here by this pack and it's taking forever. This is usually a skip pack for a lot of groups. You just whiz past it. But we didn't do that. And so we kind of get destroyed here. But had we known that our DK wasn't going to CC the captain, we probably would have just killed the two spinning guys on the platform and not done this pack. But since we didn't, we had to face it and we kind of get wrecked here. But we managed to recover. It's okay. Mages have crazy survivability, as you can see. But just know that, like, if you have a DK in your group, a lot of times you're going to be asked to imprison the captain. I don't know what the DK ability is called. And that will make this pack significantly better. And then you just kill him at the end when you go up and doing RP so that you can get your percent.
Your bones will adorn my armor! You had best make this interesting. My blade knows no equal.
I just want to point out that Lust is going to be coming off cooldown here in like 8 seconds. I really should have lusted this boss. We would have had plenty of time to have it back for the last boss. I didn't because I wasn't quite sure what the group wanted. Some groups have weird lust timings on this where like they'll lust Gorechop instead of the last boss because Gorechop for some groups can be really difficult. So I held on to it. I should have just ripped lust because we ended up losing lust on a boss which costs you time. But I didn't, so there's nothing you can do about it. Just know that I probably should have lusted here.
Fall before the storm! For my might!
Deafening crash. Massive cleave. Oppressive bend.
My blade knows no equal!
Oppressive bend.
Cower before my might!
Massive cleave. Deafening crash.
You! Show me what you can do!
Blood and glory. Oppressive banner.
Fall before the storm! Can you match my strength?
Deafening crash. Oppressive banner.
Fall before the storm! Cower before my might!
Oppressive banner. Deafening crash. Massive cleave.
That was a good fight.
So this is the last thing I wanted to point out as to what the difference is oftentimes between being a voice and having coordinated push groups and being in a pug is. You can see the priest just PI'd me. I do not have combust up. I don't have anything of value to put P on before. but they saw shifting power. Most priest players will go off visual cues of when you are using cooldowns to know when to give you PI. Shifting power, most of them know shifting power happens in combust, so it means that you're probably using cooldowns or you're about to use cooldowns. I didn't use cooldowns here because by the time combust came up, I had 2 packs left and everyone had already popped all their stuff, so there's no point in me wasting my cooldowns when we can get more value out of me using combustion on the next pack. So we just missed it to PI. It would have been better to go on the DK, but again, it's not a big deal. We made it work, but subtle little things like that that can really make your keys faster and more efficient, especially in like a push group setting.
Withering discharge. Withering discharge. Withering discharge. Withering discharge. Withering discharge. Withering discharge. Withering discharge.
I do not have a target.
Vile eruption.
And tear! More spare parts! Gonna chop you up! No escape! Gonna chop you up! More spare parts! No escape! Gonna chop you up! I'll catch something good! No escape! Gonna chop you up! More spare parts! No escape! Gonna chop you up! Open you up!
Tenderizing
Slash you to pieces! Gonna chop you up! I'll catch something good! No escape! Gonna chop you up! More spare parts! Need better parts!
At long last, a worthy contender. Behold my power and despair! You shall be swept into oblivion! Death itself demands your souls! My magic reaches beyond your mortal ken! All whom you have slain cry out for vengeance!
Carnage. Roll of battle.
My magic reaches beyond your mortal ken! Reality turns its ire against you!
Echo of battle.
Death itself demands your